season, day or evening. Today, well, before I jump into today's video, first of all, I'm jumping way ahead of myself. My name is TatiV, and if you're a true crime lover like myself, go ahead and like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I post true crime videos every Monday and Fridays. Monday will be regular videos. I'll switch it up a little bit, post some serial killers here and there, some double murders, just whatever I'm feeling, whatever I'm in the mood to post. And Fridays, we get really freaky on Fridays. We talk about freak accidents, freak deaths, decapitation, cannibalism, and gruesome crime scenes. So, if any of that interests you, you might as well stick around. I am super excited about today's video. Today's video is probably one of my favorite videos to record, and I'm ready to see you all reaction of this video. Today we will be talking about freak accidents and freak deaths at Disney World and Disneyland. Warning, this content is for educational purposes only. Some viewers might find this disturbing. Parental discretion is advised. Walt Disney World and Disneyland is every kid's and adult's dream come true. It is an escape from the real world and regular lives. Disney World is where you can turn into a princess, Minnie Mouse, or Mickey Mouse for a day. There has been tons of fun and unfortunately many tragic accidents and even deaths has happened at this magical place. On this episode of Freaky Friday, we're going to dive into some of those freak accidents. First, let's take a trip back down memory lane where it all began. On July 17th, 1955, a brand new theme park opened in Anaheim, California called Disneyland. That was an idea from Walt Disney. In the 50s, this was the biggest and most futuristic park in the world. Walt Disney wanted to create a park where kids and adults could go and have fun. In 1965, Walt Disney wanted to expand his idea and build another magical park in Florida. He wanted the same concept as Disneyland. In 1959, he began searching for land in Orlando, Florida. In 1963, he found a location. The amusement park was set to open on November 15th, 1965, but it ran into some complications. The following year, Walt Disney died at the age of 66 on December 15th, 1966, due to lung cancer. He died before he could bring his vision to life. His brother and business partner Roy Disney made it his business to open the park in honor of his brother. On October 1st, 1971, Disney World was now open in Orlando, Florida. Walt's brother Roy named the park Walt Disney World in honor of his late brother. His brother stated, quote, "Everyone has heard of Ford cars, but have they heard of Henry Ford, who started it all? Walt Disney World is in memory of the man who started it all, so people will know his name as long as Walt Disney World is here," end quote. Roy Disney died at the age of 78 on December 20th, 1971, due to stomach cancer, just 3 months after the park opened. He was cremated and his ashes were scattered into the Pacific Ocean. prices in 1971: $3.50 for adults, $2.50 under age 18, and $1 children under 12, versus today's prices. Today, it is one of the most popular and most visited attractions in the country. Nearly 17 million people visit the park every year. On August 11th, 1977, a 4-year-old that was visiting the park from Dalton, Illinois, Joel Good, climbed the fence and drowned in the 5-foot water surrounding Cinderella Castle at Disney's Magic Kingdom. Joel's mother sued Disney's Magic Kingdom for negligence. She stated the fence around the castle was too short. The case was thrown out on October 8, 1981, due to the mother, quote, failing to control the child of tender years, end quote. The District Court of Appeals informed the mother that she could sue for $4 million. She was awarded $1.5 million due to her 50% being at fault for the accident. On the afternoon of February 11th, 2004, a 38-year-old Disney cast member, Javier Cruz, who dressed up as Pluto, participated in the Share a Dream Come True parade, was ran over by one of the parade floats. He worked at Disney for 8 years and was ran over just before entering the crowd. Disney was fined $6,300 and issued a serious citation for his death. On March 22nd, 2016, a man jumped to his death from Disney's contemporary inner A-frame tower. The monorail was immediately shut down and taped off as a crime scene, but later reopened that same day to normal business hours. On April 12, 2015, a deadly accident took place at Walt Disney World Speedway when 24-year-old Tavon Watson drove in the wrong direction and lost control of his Lamborghini, driving 100 miles per hour and crashed. He killed a 36-year-old instructor, Gary Terry. On September 12, 1992, Alan Harris arrived at the park 90 minutes after it opened, looking for his ex-girlfriend who worked at Epcot in Orlando. He demanded to several people that they needed to see her. When security refused, he pulled out a 12-gauge shotgun, fired 3 shots, shattering several windows. 3 of the guards ran. 1 guard was able to escape, and 2 stopped when Alan shot at them again. Alan took one of these guards and held them hostage in the Journey into Imagination Pavilion for about 10 minutes. After he released the hostages, he began shouting, quote, "Shoot me, you're going to have to kill me," end quote. He shot himself in the head and was taken to Orlando Regional Medical Center. He died either en route or at the hospital. On July 14th, 2015, a 3-year-old was separated from his parents. The child drowned in one of Disney's Art of Animation resort pool and was later found around 8 o'clock that evening. During the 1980s, 17-year-old Ricky Liyama, who visited the park from Hawthorne, California, was attempting to jump seats on the People Mover ride. He fell and his body was dragged hundreds of feet down the track. In June of 1966, 19-year-old Thomas Guy attempted to sneak into the park by walking on the monorail track. He was hit by the train and his body was dragged down the track. In June of 1973, 2 brothers, 18-year-old Bogdan Delarote and his 10-year-old brother decided to hang out on Tom Sawyer's Island after the park closed. 18-year-old Bogdan began swimming with his brother on his back across 100-foot wide rivers of America. Unfortunately, Bogdan drowned halfway across, and his little brother managed to dog paddle his way to the other side. This became the first homicide at Disneyland. A fight broke out between 18-year-old Mel Yoruba and 28-year-old James O'Driscoll at a private party in Tomorrowland in March of 1981. James assumed Mel touched his girlfriend. He pulled out a knife and stabbed 18-year-old Mel in the chest. Park medics took a long time to assist Mel. Eventually, he was taken to Palm Harbor Hospital, where he succumbed to his injuries. Mel's family was awarded $600,000 due to the park's carelessness. A tragic accident occurred in April of 1982. A 12-year-old girl and her 2-year-old sister, who were visiting the park from Sunrise, Florida, were playing outside of the Coral Isle Cafe at Disney World. They pulled a rope attached to the menu board, and the display fell on the 2-year-old. She was taken to the hospital, where she succumbed to her injuries. January 1984, 48-year-old Dolly Young was thrown from her sled due to her not buckling her seatbelt. She landed on the bottom tracks. An incoming bobsled crushed her head and upper body. Last but not least, the most famous story of all. On July 8, 1974, just 9 days after the park opened, 18-year-old Deborah Gail Stone, who worked as a cast member at Disneyland's America Sings, was accidentally crushed to death by a rotating wall and a stationary wall. This incident happened around 10:35 p.m. and 10:40 p.m. Deborah either fell, attempted to jump from one stage to the other as the walls began rotating, or she stepped backwards into the rotating wall. One of the audience members heard the screams and notified other cast members, but by the time they got to her, it was too late, and she was pronounced dead at 11 p.m. This caused Disney to install a warning light that alerted the operators when someone was too close to a dangerous spot, and the stationary walls were replaced with breakaway walls to prevent any other tragic incidents. Several cast members have witnessed the dolls in It's a Small World come to life when it's dark or disappearing. In the 70s, a male visitor died on Space Mountain Ride in Disney World. Several cast members have spotted his ghost riding in an empty seat. A 4-year-old boy died in 2005 on the Mission Space Ride at Epcot. Cast members have witnessed the shuttle doors opening when they weren't supposed to, and they felt cold air in the terminal where the boy died. After the death of Deborah Stone, who was crushed to death in between walls, her ghost still lurks around. Witnesses have spotted 2 boy ghosts who walk through the halls in the Haunted Mansion in Disneyland. One of them laughs and the other cries. In 1999, while guests were on the It's a Small World ride, it was abruptly interrupted. The lights came on, the music stopped, and the ride was shut down. Someone came on the intercom to announce people to leave immediately. The person did not disclose what happened, but all they said was, quote, "Please face straight ahead and please leave the building. We hope you enjoyed your stay at Disney," end quote. Majority of the confused guests asked what was wrong, but they were only given indirect answers pictures and rushed outside. Come to find out, a guest on the ride who was taking pictures on her disposable camera started taking random pictures so she could get rid of any unused film. Weeks later, when her developed pictures arrived, she noticed there was a picture of what looked like a small child hanging from the rafters of the ride. Apparently, the boy took himself out and no one noticed a body was hanging above them.